Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sego ani buju wacheya kwekwe. As the mayor of the city of Kingston, I offer these words in the spirit of this gathering. Let us bring our good minds and hearts together as one to honor and celebrate these traditional lands as a gathering place of the original peoples and their ancestors who were entrusted to care for Mother Earth since time immemorial. It is with deep humility that we acknowledge and offer our gratitude for their contributions to this community, having respect for all as we share this space now and walk side by side into the future. We were just meeting in Committee of the Whole closed session. We discussed several items, including potential acquisitions of land, and also some personnel matters as well. So with that, I will ask for a motion to rise without reporting, please.
Moved by Councillor Holland, seconded by Councillor Turner, that Council rise from the Committee of the Whole closed meeting without reporting.
Please vote. And that carries. Next, we have the approval of the addeds. We have an additional report from Planning Committee. We have a new motion, and we have an accompanying bylaw. So with that, I will ask for a motion to approve the addeds, please. Moved by Councillor Turner, seconded by Councillor Neal. Please vote. And that carries. Are there any disclosures of potential pecuniary interest? Councillor Bowman.
Thank you, Your Worship, and through you. So this was for council meeting number 2017-05. I, Ryan Bowman, of the Council of the Corporation of the City of Kingston, declare my pecuniary interest in the matter of Clause B and D, report number 22. As an employee of Utilities Kingston, it may be perceived that I have a pecuniary interest in those matters. And for tonight's council meeting, I, Ryan Bowman, of the Council of the Corporation of the City of Kingston, declare my pecuniary interest in the matter of report number 26, motion 2. As an employee of Utilities Kingston, it may be perceived that I have a pecuniary interest in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Candon.
Thank you. Through you, I, Adam Candon, of the Council of the Corporation of the City of Kingston, declare my pecuniary interest in the matter of report number 26, clause number 1, as my spouse is employed at home-based housing. Secondly, I, Adam Candon, of the Council of the Corporation of the City of Kingston, declare my pecuniary interest in the matter of report numbers 27 and 31 on the addeds, as I am a licensed realtor.
Thank you. Councillor George.
Thank you, Your Worship. And this is regards to an item that was on our February 7th agenda. I, Kevin George, of the Council of the Corporation of the City of Kingston, declare my pecuniary interest in the matter of Clause 23, report number 2, as I have a client in common with the applicant.
Okay, seeing no other disclosures of potential pecuniary interest, we will move on. We have no presentations this evening. We do not have any delegations. We have no briefings. Are there any petitions to present? Seeing none, we do have a motion of condolence, moved by Mayor Patterson, seconded by Deputy Mayor Holland, that the condolences of Kingston City Council be extended to Dave Flindle, Recreation and Leisure Services, on the loss of his father, and Thurl Peterson, Facilities Management and Construction Services, on the loss of his father-in-law, Howard Flindle, who passed away on February 6, 2017. Howard was a former employee of the City of Kingston. Our thoughts are with Dave, Thurl, and their families during this difficult time. So we will call the vote. Still waiting on one person to vote. And that carries. We have no deferred motions, so we will move on to reports. First, report number 25 from the CAO.
Moved by Councillor Hutchison, seconded by Councillor McLaren, that report number 25 from the Chief Administrative Officer, consent, be received and adopted.
So there are a number of clauses, A through D. Would anyone like any of those clauses separated? Seeing none, we will vote on them as a whole. So Clause A is the acquisition of fire apparatus pumpers. Item B, acquisition of fire apparatus platform truck. Item C, City of Kingston and Alderville First Nation commemoration project. And item D, a proposal to structure a new agreement with the Grand Theatre Foundation in relation to ongoing financial support. So we will call the vote. And that carries. Report number 26 from the CAO.
Moved by Councillor Neal, seconded by Councillor Osanek, that report number 26 from the Chief Administrative Officer recommend be received and adopted clause by clause.
Okay, so the first clause under report number 26 is the 2017 Community Homelessness Prevention Initiative Extensions and Homelessness Plan Implementation Reserve Allocations. We'll call the vote. And that carries. Item number 2, application for revolving letter of credit for cap and trade program. We will call the vote, please. And that carries. Report number 27 from Planning Committee.
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. It's my pleasure to present report number 27 from the Planning Committee for Council's consideration. Thank you.
Moved by Councillor Schell, seconded by Councillor Neal, that report number 27 from the Planning Committee be received and adopted.
So there is just the one item, is approval of an application for zoning bylaw amendment, 1100 Princess Street. Is there anybody who wishes to speak? Let's see. Deputy Mayor, will you take the chair?
I will, and I recognize you.
Thank you. So there was a fair bit of discussion about this item at our previous council meeting. It is back on the floor at this point, and I think that I would just like to point out from the staff report, having taken a second look at this, and I know that everybody else on council would have as well, that in my view, there's no reason from a planning perspective to vote against this. I believe it's compatible with the surrounding uses, that it complies with our official plan. There really have been no concerns raised about noise or traffic. So I know that there was a discussion and a vote 2 weeks ago, but I am going to ask council to reconsider. For those that did oppose this, I believe that this is an application that should be approved, and so I hope that council will support it. Thank you.
I return the chair.
Thank you very much. Councillor Neal.
Just very quickly, I still have reservations, as I did at planning, as I did at the last meeting, based on planning issues. The reduction from the 50-meter recommended setback to 3-meter setback, I believe is not minor. And so again, I will vote against it. I will not lose any sleep if it passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor George.
Thank you, Your Worship, and I apologize. I wasn't in attendance at the meeting 2 weeks ago, so I was trying to follow up with the rationale for trying to get my head around why this was supported at Planning Committee and it lost at Council. And then I read the letter from, I believe it was FOTEN representing the applicant, and I was a little caught by the fact that one of the reasons for it being voted down had to do with it being competitive with another coffee shop in the area, which is not a planning matter. So I'm going to ask staff the same question I've asked staff before when these matters come before council. Is this application and recommendation that's before us, is this defendable, is that the right word? It's been a long day, before the OMB, because it's been stated in the letter to us that that's where it's going to go if we turn this down. I personally don't have an issue with it, but I'd like to hear staff first, if they're fully supportive and feel that they can defend this before the board.
Mr. Newman?
Thank you, through you, Mayor Patterson. So the application has been reviewed on the basis of the land use planning merits of the application, and staff are of the opinion that this project represents good land use planning and ought to be supported.
Okay, thank you. I think if I may just take a moment, Your Worship, I'm hoping this will pass this evening based on staff's recommendation and support that this can be defended before the board if the applicant or their representative chooses to take it there. This council in particular, we've already had 2 applications previously that we were informed by staff would be supported at the board, and yet council chose to vote it down. We lost both already. We have another one that's before the board now for this downtown high-rise. This one, because of what happened 2 weeks ago, potentially would have gone to the board. And I think taxpayers out there have to begin to recognize when this council votes these things down, and yet our staff, who are the professionals, are recommending and say this can be defended, this is costing our taxpayers between $50,000 and $75,000 each and every time we go to the board and lose. So if we have councillors who are trying to protect the interest of the taxpayer, this isn't the best way to do it. And I know I've heard concerns brought to my attention by the taxpayers who follow these types of things very closely. So I'm certainly going to support this, and I put my accountability, I guess, in the fact that I know we hire professional staff who are in the business of making recommendations and providing us with the information we need to make the best decision we possibly can in representing our constituents. So I would encourage others to do the same. I get tired as a taxpayer in the city as well of paying taxes and paying for lost causes. As a homeowner, I certainly wouldn't be going before the courts if I knew I was going to lose on a judgment. So I wouldn't be wasting my money, and I don't think it's our responsibility to be wasting the money of our taxpayers when we've been advised differently. So that's my 2 cents worth, Your Worship.
Thank you. So we will call, Councillor Strzok.
Thank you, Your Worship. I wasn't planning on speaking, but I think I can't listen to Councillor George's comments without commenting myself. Look, it's a planning issue. We have to give planning reasons for the way we decide. It's, of course, council's authority to say yay or nay. There's no suggestion that there's anything wrong with saying yay or nay. It's a decision that you make as an individual representing your constituents. And as Councillor Neal points out, it has to be based on planning principles. We do have a planning department who has found a way to support this application, but some of us here believe that there are planning principles that are being ignored to a fairly significant extent. And also...
Point of order, Your Worship.
Point of order.
I believe that the councillor is impugning that our staff may be doing something improper under the current Planning Act and codes policies that we have currently in place, and that's not right. That goes against our own code of conduct, Your Worship.
So
So I would bring that to the attention.
Okay. So first of all, it's not a point of order, it's a point of privilege, but that's fine. I think that, Councillor Stroud, I would just ask you to say you can certainly disagree with staff, but without suggesting any motive.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll just speak directly to Mr. Newman. Mr. Newman, I have very high confidence in your work. As a planner, I know your level of knowledge is very high, and I have no problem whatsoever with anything that you recommend. However, I reserve the right as a councillor to represent my constituents on this matter, and I certainly have the right to disagree with staff's recommendation. We do that all the time, without impugning motive or anything like that. So I find that suggestion actually quite ridiculous. As I was saying, the planning matter in front of us has two aspects that are problematic. One is the setbacks. It's not an insignificant change to ignore the planning guidelines of 50 meters and to propose a 3-meter setback. 3 meters is only a little bit wider than my 2 arms here. And that's a setback is the distance that the construction must be from the public right away, I believe. So that is the main problem, and the other problem has to do with the traffic aspect of having a drive-through at a busy intersection that already has another one across. This is an indirect planning issue, but I believe there is a way to enunciate that clearly should this motion fail, so that the board, when they're considering it, will see that we had issues with those two aspects, the setbacks and the traffic. And I will continue to oppose this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Schell.
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. I'll weigh in too. And I do have 2 examples. I was very happy to support this because we do have an example of a drive-through Centennial and Princess Street, a Tim Hortons, that does have the 50-meter setback, and it is a nightmare for people who walk and drive and people who park. It's a constant confusion of traffic. So I was pleased that staff agreed that with the small setback, because now you will have a Tim Hortons similar to the one at the Gardner Center that was just built last year, and it's close to the sidewalk. You can only bring a car through. You never have to worry about other cars that are parked, that are coming in and out. It's a very controlled way of running a drive-through, even though they're not my favorite. They exist and people want them, so I'm happy to support this because I think it's the safest way to build a drive-through in a fairly congested area. I agree. The Gardner Center is very congested with a whole bunch of drive-throughs and fast food restaurants. They are supported by the public. They want them, and I think this setback, and I understand it's not in our zoning particularly, but staff do have discretion to decide that this is acceptable, and I agree completely on the safety aspect of the setback as recommended by staff. So we're into the nitty-gritty of planning tonight, so it's kind of good. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other comments, we'll call the vote, please. Please vote. And that carries by a vote of 7-4. Report number 28 from Heritage Kingston.
Thank you, Your Worship. I rise now as chair of the Heritage Kingston Committee to present report number 28 from our last meeting and ask, it's moved and seconded, and ask for council's support. Thank you.
Moved by Councillor Stroud, seconded by Councillor Schell, that report number 28 from Heritage Kingston be received and adopted.
Okay, so there are the two clauses. Would anyone like them separated? Seeing none, we will vote on them as a whole. Please vote. And that carries. Report number 29 from the Nominations Advisory Committee.
Thank you, Your Worship, and it's my privilege to rise to report number 29, duly moved and seconded for the Nominations Advisory Committee.
Moved by Councillor Boehm, seconded by Councillor Hutchison, that report number 29 from the Nominations Advisory Committee be received and adopted.
Okay, so there is the one clause. I'm just going to read through it. So we have a recommendation regarding public appointments to boards, committees, and working groups. First, the Arts Advisory Committee, that Elizabeth Michael John be appointed to the Arts Advisory Committee for the remainder of this term of council, expiring November 30th, 2018. Bell Park Working Group, that the following appointments be made to the Bell Park Working Group for a term of 1 year, expiring November 30th, 2017. Frank Dixon, Tracy Johnston. Number 3, that Chris Ball be appointed to the Kingston Environmental Advisory Forum for the remainder of this term of council, expiring November 30th, 2018. Number 4, that David Williams be appointed to the Municipal Accessibility Advisory Committee for a term of 1 or 2 years as determined by the Municipal Accessibility Advisory Committee. Number 5, that Gary Oosterhoff be appointed to the Rural Advisory Committee for the remainder of this term of council, expiring November 30th, 2018. Number 6, that the following appointments be made to the School Site Land Acquisition Community Working Group for a term of 1 year, expiring November 30th, 2017, or until the project is complete. Joseph Abreu, Teresa Morello, and Brandon Tozo. So we will call the vote. And that carries. Report number 30 from the Rural Advisory Committee.
Thank you, Your Worship. It's my privilege to rise and submit report number 30 from the Rural Advisory Committee, duly moved and seconded. Thank you.
Moved by Councillor Boehm, seconded by Councillor George, that report number 30 from the Rural Advisory Committee be received and adopted.
So it's just the one clause, revisions to the City of Kingston tree bylaw and site alteration bylaw. We'll call the vote. And that carries. Report number 31 from Planning Committee.
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. It's my pleasure to produce another report, number 31, from the Planning Committee for Council's consideration.
Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Neal, that report number 31 received from the Planning Committee be received and adopted.
There's just the one clause, approval of an application for zoning bylaw amendment to 1316 Centennial Drive. We'll call the vote. And that carries. Nothing from Committee of the Whole. We have 2 information reports. Number 1, tender and contract awards subject to the established criteria for delegation of authority for the month of December 2016. Number 2, 2016 priority status matrix year-end update. We have no information reports from members of council. Miscellaneous business. We do have one motion that is requested by the Kingston Panthers Rugby Football Club. Council proclaimed July 8th, 2017 as Kingston Panthers Rugby Football Club Day in the City of Kingston. Can I move? So that's everybody. I'll say moved by Councillor George, seconded by Councillor Neal. Please vote. And that carries unanimously. Thank you. On to new motions. New motion number 1, moved by Councillor Boehm, seconded by Mayor Patterson. Whereas those retiring from the Canadian Armed Forces with at least 25 years of service are presented with a Canadian flag during their retirement ceremony, and whereas retiring members have the option to have that Canadian flag to be presented at the ceremony, flown at the location of their choice, and whereas the existing City of Kingston flag display and flying policy does not include wording that would guide the flying of Canadian flags at City Hall for Canadian Armed Forces retirement ceremonies, and whereas retiring Canadian Armed Forces members who call Kingston their home have recently requested their retirement flag be flown at City Hall, therefore be it resolved that notwithstanding the flag display and flying policy, Kingston City Council approved the raising of the flag for Warrant Officer Toth on Saturday, March 11, 2017, and Lieutenant Colonel Sops on Saturday, March 18th, 2017, in recognition of their respective retirement ceremonies, and that staff be directed to report back to Administrative Policies Committee with suggested updates to the flag display and flying policy that would allow for the flying of flags at City Hall for retirement ceremonies of Canadian Armed Forces as requested. Councillor Bowman.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm just going to keep this pretty quick. Obviously, the motion is very well worded, and staff definitely helped with this a lot. And with our relationship, and as much as a part of CFB Kingston is, when I was approached with this and started looking into it a little bit more, realizing that it really didn't fall under our own flag policy. So kind of seems like this is something that we can rectify in the future and actually build it into the policy so that each time it comes up in the future, it would be already dealt with and it wouldn't require a motion of council each time. So that's essentially what we're looking for here, is a simple kind of review of the policy to add this in. So hopefully everybody supports it. It's kind of one of those feel-good ones, and congratulations to the members, and thank you for their years of service. Thank you.
Thank you. We will call the vote. And that carries. New motion number 2, moved by Councillor Neal, seconded by Councillor Holland. Whereas Kingston and Frontenac Housing Corporation, on behalf of the City of Kingston, has applied for a zoning bylaw amendment and site plan control with respect to the property located at 671 Brock Street in order to allow the construction of a 4-story multi-unit residential building containing 29 dwelling units. And whereas the delegation of authority bylaw 2006-75 allows for council to bump up site plan control applications to the Planning Committee, and whereas a bump up to the Planning Committee will provide transparency and allow the details of the project to be reviewed and approved by the Planning Committee, therefore be it resolved that the site plan control application for the proposed multi-unit residential building submitted by Kingston and Frontenac Housing Corporation on behalf of the City of Kingston be bumped up to the Planning Committee. Councillor Neal.
Thank you. Just 2 very quick questions that I think will have straightforward answers. First of all, this, as I understand it, the bump up and the site plan will be just for the mixed affordable housing recommendation that's intended, as I understand it, to come to our first planning meeting in March, and therefore the bump up, in all likelihood, I would assume, is happening at that same time.
Commissioner Hurdle.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So yes, the bump up would be specifically to the application from Kingston Frontenac Housing Corporation. And the intent is to bring a report that will combine the zoning amendment as well as the site plan information into one report at the March Planning Committee meeting.
Thank you.
Councillor Schell.
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. Just also a question to staff. Could this bump up going to Planning Committee in any way affect the issuing of a building permit in time to receive the government funding?
Commissioner Hurdle.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So the answer is no, and that's why we're combining the information at the same time as the zoning amendment. And we anticipated that the bump up would come up based on obviously comments that had been made previously. So that's why we worked towards resolving all of the site plan and zoning issues at the same time.
Okay, we will call the vote on new motion number 2. And that carries. Are there any notices of motion? Mr. Clerk, I will ask for minutes, please.
Moved by Councillor Hutchison, seconded by Councillor McLaren, that the minutes of City Council meeting number 2016-05 held Tuesday, February the 7th, 2017 be confirmed.
Please vote. And that carries. We have some tabling of documents and a number of communications. Is there any other business? Mr. Clerk, I will ask for bylaws. Councillor McLaren.
Thank you. Could I just say that for bylaw number 5 and 6, I had asked for some information from staff, and probably due to the long weekend, I only got it like 45 minutes before the meeting. So I was hoping that in order to do due diligence and to actually read through that material, because there are some questions here that I clearly don't understand, I was hoping that we could defer 5 and 6, just one council meeting, so I can actually look at the data and the results.
Mr. Clerk, can I see you for a moment? Okay, so there is a motion to defer bylaws 5 and 6 to the March 21st council meeting. Is there a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Stroud. Debate is with respect to time or place. Deputy Mayor, will you take the chair?
I will, and I recognize you.
Thank you. Question to staff. Are there any implications of a 2-week delay to either bylaws 5 or 6?
Mr. Mayor, to be quite honest with you, we don't have that information in terms of what a 2-week delay would represent in terms of those two projects. We would definitely have to speak to the applicant in this case. Obviously, we recognize that in both cases, they would most likely want to proceed and complete their work, but not quite sure in terms of what kind of impact or implications there would be with a 2-week delay.
Thank you. I think all I will say is that given that answer, I'm uncomfortable voting in favor of a deferral. I don't know what the implications are. Perhaps that there's another way that Councillor McLaren could get the information he needs after the fact. Thank you.
Thank you, and I return the chair.
The next on my list is Councillor Hutchison.
Thank you. I'm not surprised the staff doesn't know because it's not directly in their purview. But I can speak to number 5, and that's occurring in my district, clearly, corner of Cataraqui and Rideau. I've spoken to staff, and it's an internal matter. It can be deferred, I believe, and this Mr. Keach has something else to say, without a problem. We bought the land, okay? Now we want a little sliver of it in case we want to put the WSC in or not. So we own the land. It's an entirely internal city matter.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else to time or place? Seeing none, we will call the vote on the motion to defer. Councillor Neal?
Might I request that we separate those two since there's two distinct ones and I'm hearing...
Okay, so first we will call... okay, so we'll separate the two. So right now the motion to defer speaks to both. So first we will call the vote on the deferral of bylaw number 5. Please vote. And that carries by a vote of 7 to 5. Next, we will call the motion to defer on bylaw number 6. Please vote. And that loses by a vote of 5 to 7. Councillor Neal?
Mr. Mayor, could I just make a very quick comment? It's really helpful I know it's delegated authority, but when bylaw requests come forward, if we could have more detail.
So that is, that's a procedural question, but to be quite fair, this agenda has been public for a number of days, so I'm a little hesitant to go down that route. That being said, council's always free to come with a motion to change procedures, so I would invite that if that's the way council wants to go. So with that, Mr. Clerk, I will ask for the remaining bylaws, please.
Okay, we do have a number of pecuniaries to deal with first, so if I could ask Councillor Candon to step out of council chamber, please. Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaws 4 and 9 be given first and second reading.
Please vote. And that carries by a vote of 10 to 1.
Councillor Boehm, you don't have to leave just yet. Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaws 4 and 9 be given their third reading.
Please vote. And that carries by a vote of 10 to 1.
Okay, Councillor Boehm, you're excused. Councillor Candon may return. Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaw 3 be given its first and second reading.
Please vote. And that carries by a vote of 10 to 1.
Okay. Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaw 2010-1 be suspended for the purpose of giving bylaw 3 third reading.
Please vote. And that carries.
And moved by Councillor Shell and seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaw number 3 be given its third reading.
Please vote. And that carries.
Okay, moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaws 1 and 6 through 8 be given their first and second reading.
Please vote. That carries.
Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that Clause 11.34 of Bylaw Number 2010-1 be suspended for the purpose of giving Bylaw 2 3 readings.
Please vote. And that carries.
Moved by Councillor Shell, seconded by Councillor Turner, that bylaws 2, 3, and 6 through 8 be given their third reading.
Please vote. And that carries.
And that is our last bylaw vote.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn, please. Moved by Councillor Bohm, seconded by Councillor Neal. Please vote.
We're waiting for one vote, please.
One person to vote. And that carries. Thank you.